Yep, so I picked Florida at Georgia for the game of the week. Clemson at Notre Dame is the other game that we need to consider. Obviously, you could argue
because that has more playoff,
Yeah, more playoff implications. Although also there's the thought that if the loser comes back and wins the ACC, I mean this is frankly an elimination game here in the SEC between Florida and Georgia, one of the best offenses in the nation against one of the best defenses. Obviously, Florida bounces back last week with a huge win over Missouri, but they lost a track meet to A&M. You flip over to Georgia, they lose to Bama after leading at halftime. They come back, have a big win last week. So, I think, if I'm not mistaken, their offense last week actually might have struggled a little bit. So there's that we have to think about as well. Joe, I want to get your prediction here. Florida at Georgia.
I'm taking Florida. Get on the Kyle Trask train. Choo choo! Freaking Kyle Trask is a monster. He is unbelievable. The fact that Florida is ranked number 8 is just an abomination to my man Kyle Trask alone. Okay? That dude should be ranked number 1 he's number 1 in my heart. Okay?
Number 11 on the field, number 1 in Joe's heart.
Yeah, because he's twice as good. He wins.
Oh my god.
Kyle Trask had a rocky, game against A&M.
Yep.
That hurt. That hurt because I said he was going to be great.
Trask was actually great against A&M. It was the defense that sucked.
Yeah, I don't care. He lost.
Yeah, I know. Fair.
But no, Kyle Trask, get on the Trask train. He can destroy any defense, and I think he's going to torch this Georgia defense.
Whew!
Yeah, I know.
Joe is blazing.
Get that
Joe is blazing.
Button.
We hit the hot take button.
Look, I love the Georgia defense. It's definitely top 5 in the nation. I feel like Air Force. I heard Air Force used to have one of the best defenses until they lost a game.
Okay.
But no, I'm going to take Florida. I am definitely an offense-minded guy. Offense wins games. Defense just helps out.
I think here's my thing. I think this becomes a shootout. I'm taking Trask over Stetson Bennett any day of the week. I think, look, this Georgia defense is incredible. One of the best in the nation. I think it's the best. I mean, you can look at the SP Plus and the stats, but teams above Georgia haven't played as hard as the schedule. Georgia last week only put up 14 on Kentucky. Their offense is up and down. They've obviously had games where they've gone off, including that game, if I'm not mistaken, I forget. They won a big game against Auburn. Yeah, they put up 27 on Auburn, and they even had 24 on Alabama at halftime. But look, I think that this game becomes a shootout because I think that Florida's defense is not very good. And I think that because Kyle Trask is the more experienced with quarterback with the better weapons, I think that Georgia will have a hard time slowing him down. I've got Florida in this game. I'll give Florida by a touchdown. I think Florida wins. We'll go 31-24. That'll be my score prediction.
Okay, I'm not going to guess the score because that's just, a waste of time. It's going to be wrong anyway.
Fair.
So I'm just going to I'm going to guess it's going to be 101 Florida to 2 Georgia.
Okay.
I think Georgia can get a safety, and that's all.
All right. So I just want to. I think
give their defense some credit.
We kind of touched on this. How do you see this matchup unfolding between Trask and the Georgia defense? Because we talked about how Trask is a phenomenal quarterback, but this is by far the best defense he's faced.
Yeah, for sure. Look, this will be a revealing game for Trask for sure. All the great quarterbacks can, just pick apart a defense like Georgia's. So with the weapons Trask has, we're going to see if he can pick Georgia apart. And I think he can.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what I have to say about my guy Trask.
We saw Mac Jones do it a few weeks ago. I think Mac Jones, you could argue, is a better quarterback than Trask, but we're going to really find out how Trask compares in that Heisman race. I think Trask is going to do just enough to break down this defense. I think he'll throw for at least three touchdown passes tomorrow. I know it's a bold prediction because of how good Georgia's defense is, but I just think that the way this offense has been churning all season, I don't even see Georgia slowing it down enough. I think that we've seen against Georgia's defense, good quarterbacks get the job done. I think Trask is in the upper echelon. I think his weapons are great. This is going to be a win for Georgia because of Kyle Trask and his performance. All right, Joe, give me your upset of the week. this is the big one we want to talk about. Obviously, last week, Joe went 1 for 2. I think I actually got one as well, even though I didn't pick it in my pick'em pool because, I'm not exactly edgy in my pick'ems. So, Joe,
I can guess your upset of the week is going to be Florida against Georgia.
I was going to think of something else.
Oh, you were? Or you? Oh,
I actually was.
Yeah, my upset of the week is going to be Michigan against Indiana.
Okay.
Now, part of it is because I just hate Indiana's nickname. Ugh.
Yeah.
But I think this is the game where if Michigan does lose, I'm going to have my mind set on them. They're not a good football team. They're 1-1. I mean, they're not going to make the playoffs. I know that. But I still think they have a chance of doing damage.
Yeah.
And I think Indiana is also overranked. I know they beat who was it? Minnesota.
Penn State. Well,
Penn State.
Yeah, they beat Penn State.
Did they beat Minnesota?
I don't think they played them last week.
Oh.
Yeah. They played Rutgers last week.
It's the same thing. They're all the same at some point. But yeah, Indiana definitely 13. Is not the best. It's not where they should be. They should be
far lower.
And Michigan is going to capitalize on that and get an upset this week.
I actually did pick Michigan over Indiana in my
copycat,
but that's not the upset.
Copycat.
That's not the upset I'm going to go with. I'm going to get real crazy here. Joe, you were on the Texas A&M hate train last week. I'm hopping on. I got South Carolina. It's going to be crazy. I think that there's a realistic possibility South Carolina wins this game. We saw Texas A&M kind of struggle against Arkansas for parts. I mean, they only won by 11. I think that deficit was actually a little generous to Arkansas. But still, this South Carolina team is not bad. They beat Auburn, and they played Florida low-key a little. I wouldn't say they played them tight. I think they got kind of worked and scored one late. But I think there's a realistic scenario that A&M on the road comes in a little overconfident. We've seen Texas A&M's record or performance record in the past in games like this. I could see a scenario where South Carolina knocks A&M out of the playoff. If you ask me, if you told me to pick that and put my wallet on it, I wouldn't. But if you want a really trendy upset pick, take South Carolina. That's what I'll say on that. Joe, anything else interesting in college football before we jump into the NBA draft and get real excited here?
I got one more upset. And because, I got to go for 2. I got to redeem myself. I can get 2 upsets right in a week. I can. Okay, I was 1 for 2 last week. This week I'm going to be 2 for 2.
Okay.
Liberty is...
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're
6-0.
not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
And they're going up against Virginia Tech.
No, you're not.
I do not like seeing Liberty at number 25.
Oh, okay.
I'm picking Virginia Tech over Liberty.
I don't even think that's an upset. I don't even think that's an upset.
Look, I mean, it definitely is, because one of them is ranked, and the other is literally...
one of them's 25.
Look at this. How is,
Virginia Tech's got a 90.6% chance to win the game.
Liberty is ranked 25, and Virginia Tech has a 90.6 chance to beat them.
Oh, what's up, Ethan? Welcome to the Golden Knights.
This is insane. You should not have a number 25 team have a 9.4% chance to beat someone.
I got a bold prediction.
Oh.
Liberty's not winning this week. Liberty's not winning.
That's insane. That's insane.
I'm going to give us some analysis on this question. Look, Liberty, sure, they're 6-0, but look at their schedule. They beat Syracuse. It's their only actual win. And Syracuse is a terrible football team. Virginia Tech, yes, they've had their quarterback problems. Yes, they've had their issues where Hendon Hooker and the backup have been switching out because Hooker had COVID. They're going to win this game at home. Yeah. I don't think there's much of a risk of that. I think we can move on to that.
It's a good upset pick.
Yeah.
Because it's a ranked team against a non-ranked team. So
put that high in your
It is an upset. So if you're...
I think he'll be 2 for 2 this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.